Have you ever noticed your body showing strange signs that you couldn't quite explain? As we grow older, our bodies send us messages, some subtle, others impossible to ignore. These signals can be more than just the wear and tear of aging. They might be critical warnings that life is nearing its end. In this video, we'll uncover 7 specific signs that doctors and health experts recognize as markers of this profound transition. Watching until the end will empower you with the knowledge to understand these changes, respond with compassion, and cherish the precious time left with clarity and grace, whether for yourself or a loved one. Before we begin, I would appreciate it if you like this video. You can help me continue to spread the old age lesson. If you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. If you like this video, please comment number 1. If you don't like it, comment number 0 to let me know so I can make a better video for you. Now, let's get started. Sign 2, persistent and extreme fatigue. One of the most striking and indicative signs that a person's life may be nearing its end is an overwhelming, unrelenting fatigue that goes far beyond ordinary tiredness. This is not the kind of exhaustion that can be alleviated by a good night's sleep, a strong cup of coffee, or even a restful day of relaxation. Instead, it is a deep, pervasive weariness that seeps into every fiber of the body, rendering even the most mundane tasks feel like monumental challenges. For someone experiencing this level of fatigue, simple activities such as walking a few steps to the kitchen, engaging in a short conversation, or even maintaining an upright posture in a chair can seem as physically and mentally taxing as climbing a steep mountain. This bone-deep exhaustion often becomes a constant companion, reshaping the person's daily experience and signaling a significant shift in their physical state. This extreme fatigue is typically a result of the body's gradual decline in function as it approaches the end of life. As critical physiological systems begin to slow, the body's ability to sustain normal levels of energy diminishes. For instance, the heart may struggle to pump blood efficiently, leading to reduced circulation and inadequate oxygen delivery to muscles and vital organs. This can leave the body feeling perpetually drained. Similarly, the lungs may become less effective at exchanging oxygen and carbon dioxide, further depriving the body of the energy it needs to function. Additionally, the body's capacity to metabolize and distribute nutrients through the bloodstream may weaken, exacerbating the sense of weakness and lethargy. As a result, the body instinctively prioritizes its limited energy reserves for essential functions such as maintaining a steady heartbeat or regulating breathing, leaving little energy for physical activity, mental clarity, or social interaction. For loved ones, this fatigue may manifest in noticeable changes to the person's daily routine and behavior. The individual may spend much of the day sleeping, often drifting into long periods of slumber and waking only briefly before succumbing to exhaustion again. Nighttime sleep may become fragmented, marked by restlessness, discomfort, or frequent waking, while daytime hours are increasingly dominated by drowsiness or extended naps. This disrupted sleep-wake cycle is the body's attempt to conserve its dwindling resources, prioritizing survival over engagement with the external world. To those observing, it may appear as though the person is withdrawing or disengaging from life, spending more time in a state of rest or semi-consciousness. However, this shift is not a conscious choice but a biological necessity. As the body redirects its energy inward to sustain its most critical functions, the impact of this profound fatigue often extends beyond the physical realm, affecting the person's mental and emotional capacities as well. Cognitive processes may slow, leading to difficulties with clear thinking, memory lapses, or moments of confusion. Tasks that once required minimal effort, such as following a conversation, responding to questions, or completing a simple puzzle may now feel overwhelming. The person may struggle to maintain focus, with conversations trailing off mid-sentence or responses becoming brief and minimal. In some cases, they may choose silence over speech, not out of disinterest, but because the mental and physical effort required to stay engaged is simply too great. For family and friends, this change can be deeply distressing, as it may feel as though the person is slipping away emotionally before they are gone physically. Recognizing that this fatigue is a natural part of the body's decline can help loved ones respond with patience and empathy, offering quiet support rather than urging the person to push through their exhaustion. To provide comfort, loved ones can focus on creating a calm and restful environment that respects the person's need for rest. This might involve reducing unnecessary stimulation, such as loud noises or frequent visitors, and allowing the person to rest without pressure to engage. Simple gestures such as sitting quietly by their side, holding their hand, or offering gentle reassurance can provide a sense of connection and love without taxing their limited energy. By understanding and accepting this fatigue as a natural part of the end-of-life process, loved ones can offer meaningful support that honors the person's experience and needs. Sign 3. Noticeable changes in breathing. Another poignant and telling sign that a person may be nearing the end of life is a marked withdrawal from social interactions and activities that once brought joy, meaning, or fulfillment. A person who was once vibrant, talkative, and deeply engaged in life. Whether through animated conversations, lively family gatherings, or cherished hobbies, may begin to retreat into themselves, preferring solitude or minimal interaction over the bustle of social engagement. For example, someone who once thrived on long discussions with friends or eagerly participated in group activities may now opt for brief exchanges or even complete silence. Visits from loved ones, which previously sparked smiles, laughter, or heartfelt stories, may now feel overwhelming, prompting the person to withdraw to the quiet of their room or bed rather than engage. This withdrawal is not a sign of disinterest, rejection, or emotional distance from loved ones, but rather a natural response to the body's diminishing energy reserves. As the body's physical systems slow, such as the cardiovascular system, respiratory function, or metabolic processes, it conserves energy for essential functions, leaving little capacity for external stimulation or discretionary activities. Hobbies that once filled the person's days with purpose, such as reading novels, tending to a garden, knitting, or watching favorite television shows, may lose their appeal, as even these low-energy activities require more effort than the person can muster. Similarly, social interactions, which demand mental focus, emotional energy, and physical stamina, may feel increasingly taxing, leading the person to seek solitude or rest instead. This turning inward often manifests as a preference for stillness, quiet, and simplicity. The person may decline invitations to join family meals, choosing instead to rest in a peaceful, low-stimulation environment. Even background noise from a television, radio, or lively conversation may feel overstimulating, as the mind and body crave calm and minimal sensory input. In some cases, the person may spend hours sleeping, staring quietly into space, or appearing lost in thought with little interaction, even when surrounded by familiar faces. This shift can be accompanied by a sense of emotional or psychological detachment, where the person seems less responsive to the world around them. For family and friends, this change can feel like a premature loss, as the person they know and love appears to be fading before their eyes. This inward focus is often described as a form of psychological or spiritual preparation, as if the person is beginning to shift their attention from the external world to an internal journey. It may reflect a subconscious need to conserve energy, process their experiences, or find peace as their life draws to a close. For example, a person might spend long periods in quiet reflection, appearing contemplative or detached, even when loved ones are present. This behavior is not a rejection of those around them, but rather a natural response to the body's and mind's changing priorities. For loved ones, witnessing this withdrawal can be one of the most emotionally challenging aspects of the end-of-life process. It's natural to question whether something was said or done to cause the person to pull away, or to feel hurt by their apparent disengagement. However, this change is not personal. It is a biological and psychological response to the body's declining resources. The best way to support the person during this time is to meet them where they are, respecting their need for quiet and rest while offering gentle, non-demanding companionship. Sitting together in silence, holding their hand, or simply being present in the room can provide profound comfort without requiring the person to expend energy on interaction. These small, thoughtful gestures can convey love and support, reminding the person that they are not alone, even as they turn inward during this deeply personal phase of their journey. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 1 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. Sign 4. Withdrawal from social interaction. As the body approaches the end of life, one of the most striking and often unsettling changes is a significant reduction in appetite and thirst. Meals that were once a source of comfort or routine, whether a hearty breakfast, a favorite dessert, or a warm cup of tea, may now go untouched. The person may take only a few small bites of food or sips of water before pushing their plate or cup away, sometimes refusing nourishment altogether. This shift is not a matter of stubbornness, preference, or defiance, but a reflection of the body's changing needs. As the end of life nears, the body begins to shut down non-essential systems, including digestion, which requires significant energy to process food and fluids. The need for calories and hydration decreases dramatically, and the body no longer sends strong signals of hunger or thirst. For loved ones, this decline can be deeply distressing. Food and drink are often seen as fundamental expressions of care, and watching a loved one refuse meals can evoke feelings of helplessness or guilt. Family members may try to encourage eating by preparing favorite dishes or gently urging the person to take just one more bite or sip of water, only to meet resistance. It's important to understand that this loss of appetite is a natural part of the body's progression toward the end of life, not a choice or a sign of neglect. Forcing food or fluids can cause discomfort, such as nausea, bloating, or difficulty swallowing, which can add unnecessary stress for the person. Instead of focusing on nourishment for sustenance, the goal shifts to providing comfort in the moment. The mouth may become dry or uncomfortable as swallowing becomes more difficult. So, small gestures can make a big difference. Offering ice chips, moistening the lips with a damp cloth, or providing tiny portions of soft, easy-to-swallow foods like a spoonful of yogurt or mashed fruit can help alleviate dryness and bring a sense of care without overwhelming the person. In some cases, a healthcare provider may recommend specific interventions, such as artificial hydration or nutrition. But these decisions should be guided by the person's comfort and overall care plan. For families, this change can stir complex emotions, including the fear that they are not doing enough to care for their loved one. However, recognizing that a decline in appetite is a natural part of the body's preparation for the end can help shift the focus from meals to meaningful connection. Spending time together, sharing gentle words, or simply sitting quietly by their side often matters far more than any plate of food. These moments of presence can provide emotional nourishment, reminding the person that they are loved and supported as they navigate this transition. Sign 5. A significant decline in appetite and thirst. As the body draws closer to its final stages, visible changes in the skin and circulation often become apparent, serving as outward signs of the internal processes unfolding. One of the most common indicators is a shift in skin color, particularly in the extremities. The hands, feet, knees, or elbows may develop patches that appear bluish, purplish, or mottled, resembling a marbled pattern. This phenomenon, known as mottling, occurs because the body is prioritizing blood flow to vital organs such as the heart, lungs, and brain, while reducing circulation to the limbs and skin. As a result, the extremities may feel noticeably cooler to the touch, even in a warm room, and the skin may take on a pale or waxy appearance. In addition to color changes, the skin may become thinner and more fragile, especially in older adults. Even gentle touches, such as repositioning in bed or holding a hand, can cause bruising or small tears, and wounds may heal slowly or not at all. These changes reflect the body's reduced ability to repair and regenerate tissue as energy is conserved for essential functions. For seniors, this fragility can make everyday activities such as turning over in bed or getting dressed feel more delicate and challenging. In some cases, the skin may also appear clammy or sweaty as the body struggles to regulate temperature and circulation. For family members and caregivers, these visible changes can be deeply unsettling, as they serve as stark reminders of the body's decline. The mottled patterns or coolness of the skin may evoke fear that the person is suffering or nearing the end more quickly. However, these changes are typically not painful, and they are a natural part of the body's progression toward closure. The focus at this stage should be on providing comfort and warmth. Soft, warm blankets, cozy socks, or gentle hand massages can help the person feel secure and cared for. Adjusting the room temperature or using a heating pad, with guidance from a healthcare provider, can also ease any discomfort caused by cooler extremities. Creating a soothing environment is equally important. Dim lighting, calming music, or the scent of a favorite essential oil can contribute to a sense of peace. For loved ones, the instinct may be to fix these visible changes, but the goal is not to reverse them, but to ensure the person feels safe and loved. A gentle touch, a kind word, or simply sitting nearby can provide profound reassurance, reminding the person that they are not alone during this transition. By understanding these changes as part of the body's natural process, families can focus on fostering comfort and connection in these precious moments. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 2 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. Sign 6, noticeable changes in skin and circulation. As the body draws closer to its final stages, visible changes in the skin and circulation often become apparent, serving as outward signs of the internal processes unfolding. One of the most common indicators is a shift in skin color, particularly in the extremities. The hands, feet, knees, or elbows may develop patches that appear bluish, purplish, or mottled, resembling a marbled pattern. This phenomenon, known as mottling, occurs because the body is prioritizing blood flow to vital organs such as the heart, lungs, and brain, while reducing circulation to the limbs and skin. As a result, the extremities may feel noticeably cooler to the touch, even in a warm room, and the skin may take on a pale or waxy appearance. In addition to color changes, the skin may become thinner and more fragile, especially in older adults. Even gentle touches, such as repositioning in bed or holding a hand, can cause bruising or small tears, and wounds may heal slowly or not at all. These changes reflect the body's reduced ability to repair and regenerate tissue as energy is conserved for essential functions. For seniors, this fragility can make everyday activities such as turning over in bed or getting dressed feel more delicate and challenging. In some cases, the skin may also appear clammy or sweaty as the body struggles to regulate temperature and circulation. For family members and caregivers, these visible changes can be deeply unsettling, as they serve as stark reminders of the body's decline. The mottled patterns or coolness of the skin may evoke fear that the person is suffering or nearing the end more quickly. However, these changes are typically not painful, and they are a natural part of the body's progression toward closure. The focus at this stage should be on providing comfort and warmth. Soft, warm blankets, cozy socks, or gentle hand massages can help the person feel secure and cared for. Adjusting the room temperature or using a heating pad, with guidance from a healthcare provider, can also ease any discomfort caused by cooler extremities. Creating a soothing environment is equally important. Dim lighting, calming music, or the scent of a favorite essential oil can contribute to a sense of peace. For loved ones, the instinct may be to fix these visible changes. But the goal is not to reverse them, but to ensure the person feels safe and loved. A gentle touch, a kind word, or simply sitting nearby can provide profound reassurance, reminding the person that they are not alone during this transition. By understanding these changes as part of the body's natural process, families can focus on fostering comfort and connection in these precious moments. Sign 7, Withdrawal and decreased awareness. One of the most poignant signs that a person is nearing the end of life is a deepening withdrawal from the world around them, coupled with a noticeable decrease in awareness. This shift often builds on the social withdrawal described earlier, but becomes more pronounced as the body and mind prepare for the final transition. Conversations that once held the person's interest, whether reminiscing about shared memories or discussing daily events, may now feel exhausting, prompting them to prefer silence or passive listening over active participation. Responses may become shorter, slower, or absent altogether, as the effort to engage requires energy the person no longer has. This withdrawal is often accompanied by a shift in awareness, where the person may seem to drift in and out of alertness. They may spend much of their time sleeping or in a state of drowsiness, with brief moments of wakefulness. During these moments, they may appear disoriented or less responsive to their surroundings. Some individuals may speak of seeing familiar faces from their past, loved ones who have already passed away, or describe experiences that suggest they are preparing for a journey beyond the physical world. These moments, sometimes referred to as end-of-life visions, can be deeply meaningful for the person, offering comfort or a sense of connection to something greater. While these experiences may feel confusing or unsettling for families, they are often a natural part of the dying process and can bring peace to the person. In the final days or hours, recognition may fade further. A person who once greeted loved ones with warmth or called them by name may no longer do so, focusing instead on an internal experience that is less tethered to the present moment. This shift can be profoundly painful for family members, who may feel as though the person they love is already gone. However, this is not a sign of love lost, but a reflection of the body and spirit turning inward as energy is conserved for the final transition. The person may still be aware of your presence, even if they cannot express it, and the sound of a familiar voice or the warmth of a touch can provide immense comfort. For loved ones, witnessing this withdrawal and decreased awareness can evoke a complex mix of emotions, grief, confusion, or even a sense of rejection. It's important to understand that these changes are not a choice, but a natural part of the body's process of closing its story. The most healing response is to offer quiet, unconditional presence. Holding a hand, speaking gently about shared memories, or simply sitting nearby can provide reassurance without demanding energy the person no longer has. Softly reading a favorite book, playing calming music, or sharing words of love and gratitude can create a sense of peace, even if the person does not respond directly. These moments remind us that the body has its own wisdom in navigating the end of life. By focusing on comfort and connection, loved ones can honor this process, ensuring the person feels surrounded by love and security. The simple act of being there, offering a steady presence and a sense of peace, can be the most powerful gift in these final days. As we've explored these 7 signs together, from rapid weight loss to withdrawal and decreased awareness, we hope you've gained a deeper understanding of the body's natural process as life nears its close. These insights aren't meant to alarm, but to equip you with the wisdom to face these moments with compassion and clarity. What stood out to you the most today? What's one thing you've learned from this video that you plan to bring into practice in your life? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. Your reflections inspire us and others. If you like this video, please leave your comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.